abortion is necessary for population control and to avoid creating broken families that cause significant social problems and ruin lives. There are a lot of lies propagated by anti-abortionists to confuse what is really a simple topic. Anti-abortionists will use computer-generated graphics to falsely portray the fetus as though it's a fully grown human baby, only smaller. They do this to falsely portray the fetus as a conscious entity, and therefore appeal to emotions, bypassing reason and facts. In reality, a fetus has little resemblance to a human baby. It is a group of cells that have not yet formed into a human shape. It is not conscious, and is far from developing consciousness. The vast majority of abortions happen very early in pregnancy, when the baby is just a group of cells that has not yet taken human form and is shaped no differently to any other animal fetus. At what point is abortion acceptable? Is birth control sex the murder of potential sperm? Is the abstinence of sex considered the same as abortion? What about after sex, when sperm are traveling toward the egg? What about the moment of conception, when the first cell is made? What about a small cluster of cells? What about after that? At what point does a baby become a human being? Well, that question has already been answered. It's the difference between a cluster of cells and a human being. The answer to the question is highly censored and smeared by anti-abortionists, who deliberately confuse the question. The point of a human being is the point of consciousness. A baby becomes conscious at about 6 to 7 months into their pregnancy. Almost all abortions happen in the first 12 weeks of pregnancy, a significant portion happening in the first 6 weeks. This is far from developing consciousness. Abortion is usually illegal beyond 6 months, sometimes less, before the point of first consciousness. But the vast majority of pregnancies happen very early on. Late pregnancy abortions, after consciousness, only happen in emergencies where the mother's life needs to be saved and she cannot support the baby to full term. What a baby looks like should be irrelevant and not determine the point by which it is considered a human being. That is a fallacy and an appeal to emotions, not reason. The point at which a group of cells become a human being is the point of consciousness. The same can be said about a grown human being, where a person who is brain dead is no longer considered a human being but an empty shell, and life support is turned off. Why then, is it a different rule for an aborted baby? There is no reasoning behind the anti-abortionist position. It is purely based on manipulated emotions and fallacies. This is why you'll never see an anti-abortionist debate an educated pro-abortionist. They prefer instead to spread lies and smear,